Microphone check, 1, 2. All right. I'm live, man. Here we go. Wally Villa, 24. What's happening? All right, am I ready now? Oh. All right, let's see what they got for us today, man. Maximize active section with trade. Part 1. You're given a binary string S of length n, where 1 represents an active section, 0 represents an inactive section. You can perform at most one trade to maximize the number of active sections in S. In a trade, you convert a contiguous blocks of ones that is surrounded by zeros to all zeros. Afterward, convert a contiguous blocks of zeros that is surrounded by ones to all ones. Return the maximum number of active sections in S after making the optimal trade. Treat S as if it is augmented with a 1 at both ends, transforming T into 1 plus S plus 1. The augmented ones do not contribute to the final count. Becca, what's happened? And Perito 95 RSNG, welcome to the party. Dang. 30-day stream streak. Very nice. What is this? What is what? This problem? Yeah, what is this problem? So they're saying pretty much ones inside of zeros inside of ones, but you can only do one trade. So wait, convert a contiguous blocks of ones that is surrounded by zeros to all zeros, and then convert a contiguous blocks of zeros. So I don't think these don't have to be the same thing. It can be, so it's one trade is really like two trades. But I guess it's a trade because they're giving up ones for zeros and zeros for ones. And they want to know the maximum number of active sections after making the optimal trade. So we're trying to maximize active sections. So in this case, you can't do anything. In this one, I guess this is surrounded. I guess you turn that one to a 1. You turn that one to ones, and then everything can be. Are they just? They're just asking. You want the biggest 0 streak, and you want the biggest 1 streak that doesn't touch the edges, right? That's what I'm thinking at least. 10 to the 5th. Let's look at more examples. So example 2, we can turn all of them into ones. Example 3, again, it says, well, this one is 7. So I would assume, so we turn zeros to ones and ones to zeros. Wait, what? You choose. All right, so they're choosing this. What are they gonna do with that? You can add one. No, I think they're saying that the ones are at the end. So you can assume the string beginning and string end has ones at the boundaries. At least that's what I think they're saying. But what are they doing here? Convert this. Oh, I see. They convert that 1 to a 0. And they convert, I see what they're saying. They turn this 1 to a 0, and then they turn that big block into all ones. Huh. Interesting. Seems tough. So this one, they say it's 4. Let me see if I can figure out something here. So maybe for 4, yeah, I guess you'd transform this into a 1, and then either of these ends can be transformed into a 1. All right, what am I thinking? I'm thinking maybe it might be a good decision to keep track of the longest streaks of ones, or the smallest streak of ones and the longest streak of zeros. But example 3 makes me think that maybe that's not all we need, because I guess ultimately this streak of zeros, maybe it's asking the longest streak of zeros with one streak of ones inside of it. I don't know how to say that, man. You can only skip the ones one time only. But then you have to find. Alright, this problem does seem difficult. I wonder, let me try and switch up my thought process a little bit, because nothing is screaming at me like this must be the answer. So let me think. Can we binary search on the answer? Can we guess that 4 is possible or 3 is possible here? How do you validate that a particular answer is right? I guess we can validate that 1 is okay, because there's at least one section already. How can we tell that 2 is okay? I don't know. I don't know if binary searching on the answer is what I'm looking for here. Is it just some weird sliding window, man? I am not sure. But if I were to try anything, I think I'm gonna lead towards some type of sliding window. So maybe I should actually append the ones, or put the ones at the ends, and then solve for that, and then -2 from the answer. Alright, let's try with this. I'm gonna start trying to figure it out with ASCII characters. Like trying to draw something. Alright, these are my ones that I just put at the ends. So the answer should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can turn the whole string into ones. And I'm looking for either the longest group of zeros, where we can skip one batch of ones. I think I can do a sliding window to detect that. But what if like there's no groups of ones within the zeros? Like, what if it's something like this? Then there's like no groups of ones, but we'll still see these ones. I don't know, man. Guess we can slide a window. And 10 to the 5th. Can I think of anything else? Sir Lord Good, what's poppin'? How you doing? Oh, this problem is hard for me, man. And low acceptance rate too. Turn that into a 1. I guess this is where all the cool vids hang out on Monday nights? What are you talking about? Monday nights? Cool vids? What? I'm stumped on this problem. Rexo Sabe, what's happening, man? Oh, cool kids. I was like, what video's hanging out here, man? Hey, Rexo, is this problem tough, or am I tripping? It's only one trade, man. And it's at most one trade. So I'm trading a bunch of zeros for a bunch of ones. If I can convert, it should be easy. Man, you're tripping. ICPC World Finalists says it should be easy for me. Alright. I'm just gonna say because I'm out of practice. Converts ones to zeros, and then zeros to Icy Black Deep. What's happening? That's my excuse for everything. At least recently, because I am rusty, man. I don't even code anymore, except LeetCode. Try to analyze this way. What if the sequence looks like 1 0 1 0 1? Yes, like example 4. All right, let's see. What if it looks like something like this? Then let me try and see what's going on here. We take a group of ones, turn it to zeros, and then a group of zeros and turn it to ones. What does that tell me? I don't know, man. I can't see anything except for a bunch of ones with one group of zeros, like a streak of zeros with, all right, maybe it's a streak of zeros with one group of ones in it, or it's the longest streak of zeros minus the smallest streak of ones, or something like that. Like if there's no groups of zeros. Nah. I don't know. All right, I don't know if that sequence he gave me did anything for me, Raxo. Or at least I'm not seeing anything. All right, should I try that though? Should I try the longest group of zeros with containing like only one group of ones inside of it? Wait, what is optimal in this sequence? I guess it would be, wait, let me preserve the original. It would be something like 5, 6, 6, I think. Why would it be something else? No. The two extremes don't count. Oh, so you're saying, all right, so you're saying those extremes are actually not a part of the problem. So something like this, then you transform one group of ones into zeros. So I'd still do the same thing. And then I'd transform those. So the answer would be 4. So let me do that one more time. So I transform the 1 to a 0. And then I hit this row of 3 right here. So are you saying I'm like counting for each group of zeros? I count the group of ones to the left and the right, and it's either that answer or the longest group of zeros minus the shortest group of ones. Because, all right, I'm thinking of a case where it's like something like this. Then I guess this group, I guess it's just for every group of zeros, look left and look right and add those together of the ones. I'm gonna try that. I don't know if that is right, but it feels right. So, all right, maybe Raxo, thank you for guiding me to the answer there without telling me too much, except just saying right and yes. All right, here we go. Let's try and do that, man. Hey, Mr. Love Pickle, what's happening? Any bee updates, man? No bee updates. My wife said she found a bee upstairs though, so I wonder if they're like finding a way inside the house. We did a little bit of research, and it says sometimes the scout bees, when they're looking for a new nest, they'll like go everywhere and they'll like trying to find a good spot and report back to the colony. So maybe the bees that made it into my house were scout bees, but they never made it back to their colony to tell them this is a good spot. So maybe they won't come here, move in, you know. Wait, that is transform each maximal block of the same value to something like value length, so you can reduce any sequence to 101. Right, I hear what you're saying. I suppose I was gonna do something similar, where I guess it's like you're compressing. What's that compression? Whatever they call in those problems. There's some name for it. It's some dumb name where it's like 5 A's in a row and it's A5 or something like that. Spetsnaz logic, what's happened? Hey Claude, how are you? I have some bees here. What's going on? Yeah, basically that's how it went, man. All right, so we're gonna try that. What Rexo is saying. So we gotta. I guess we can either use like a vector of pairs to represent those things, and then it will have whatever in it. I'll just call this compressed. So, how are we gonna do it, man? First, I guess we gotta compress that thing. So, but should I put the ends? So it's gonna be 1 and 1. So it's gonna be char and count. Or streak. So 1 and 1, and then after some junk, 1 and 1 again. Alright, so if the previous is the same, wait, what am I saying? If the previous is the same as the current, then we increment the streak. Otherwise, we are going to reset the streak, and then we set the previous to the current. But we got to do something else too. So I guess every time the streak breaks, not only do we reset, but we also have to push into the compressed SI. Wait. How do I tell what the current character is? And it's the previous character. So I guess I'll push in the previous. Hold on, let me think here. Maybe I should just say the previous is S0. Hold on, I gotta think about this, man. This might be wrong. Steven Sagiball, what's happening? How do you know if you're a lesbian or not? That sounds like a good question to ask Claude or ChatGPT. I don't know, man. But I've asked my lesbian friend that when we're younger. Asked, man, how did you know? Or like, when? And she told me she knew it from like a really young age. She just knew it, man. I don't know. From like 10 years old or 9 years old, she knew. But that's my only experience with answering that question. How hilarious is it that you had an answer? I'm just saying, because I've asked my friend that one time. I was like, how do you know? You know? Or how old were you? Or like, you know. Anyways. So I'm not, let me think about this, how it's gonna work. I think I should not push this stuff back. I think instead I should pretend, dang. Push back a 1 and then pretend the previous was a 1. And then say my streak is 1. Yes. Indigo Girls? What's that? Is that a show? Wait. You really like watching Ellen? What? What are you talking about, man? Ellen. Push the 1. Alright, I think this is gonna work. If it's the same, we increment the streak. Otherwise, we push back the streak. And then we reset the streak. And then we gotta push back the last character. Man, but what if the last character... No, we already did that part. So we do have to push back the previous character and the previous streak. Ellen DeGeneres. She still has a show? I don't even know anything about her, man. Do you see Obsession? I want to find me a girl like that. I did not see Obsession. Ellen is such a USA thing. She was a thing like 15 years ago or something, man. I don't think she's a thing today. Is she? Who knows? Anyways. Now my compressed junk should be alright. Ah, but there might be more to it, huh? Maybe I should remember max 0 and minimum 1s. Yeah, I don't think she's been relevant for 20 years. That's what I thought, Icy Black Deep. Wait, the final episode of the Ellen DeGeneres show aired on May 26, 2022? Dang. That was only a few years ago. I didn't know that. I've never really watched their show, so I'm not sure. Alright. Hey, David Huffman from YouTube, what's poppin'? Welcome to the party. We're trying to do the daily problem, and it is a bit challenging for me. Alright, so now these are the 0101s. Oh, I see what Raxa was saying now. So we've reduced pretty much the whole thing to this alternating sequence of streaks. Then the best streak would just be... Wait, what was the answer again? The zeros plus the ones inside the one streak. I don't remember what I was saying. I swear I saw the vision, and then now it's gone. So it's like a 0 plus or a 1 streak. So it's either, alright, it's either a 1 streak plus the outer zeros, or it's this thing I'm trying to do, right? The max zeros and minimum ones. Alright, I lost my train of thought with this problem a little bit. But let me see if we can solve it. And I guess also these need to be integers and not ASCII symbols or whatever. Man, sometimes my brain feels like it doesn't work. Wait, it doesn't matter? What you talking about, Raxo? This part doesn't matter? Only... Wait, every ASCII is an integer. Oh, yeah. Every ASCII is an integer. But you know what I'm saying, man. I don't want it to be a char when I'm comparing chars. Anyways. I'm trying to look for a 1 and the outer zeros. No. I think I'm confusing myself right now, man. Because, alright, what the heck, man? Let me do this exercise one more time. So you say, what is the answer here? And the answer, I said, is you turn this to a 0 and you turn this block into 1s. Yes, that is the answer. So I'm looking for the 1 followed by the zeros. But what if it's this one? What if it's an end ones? Then does it matter? Let me see. What if it was like 1 1 1 1 0 1? So this whole thing would be a 5 streak. Yeah, I guess it still works, huh? I'm just gonna go for it, man. I'm tired of trying to think it through. Wait. Alright. I'm rusty. Bear with me. Alright. I recommend using indices since you'll need the previous and next. Yeah, I just realized that as I was typing the for loop, man. I was like, hold up. I might need to peek back and forth. So, how do you do this? Character, streak, compressed I, right? So now I'm gonna be like, if this is a 1, then that's what we're looking for. Wait. I don't know what this value is yet, but I'm sure it's not just going to be the best. It's going to be best plus some other junk. So let me say if it's a 1, but it's all the way at the left, or if it's all the way at the right, or there's a left and a right. So if it's all the way at the left, then that's second. So it's our current streak plus the right streak. And this one is plus the left streak. And then this one would be like plus that one and that one. So, but that's just like one section, man. It's asking for the maximum number of active sections. So I think instead of just best, I should also remember like something else. I'm not sure what yet. I'm gonna say OG ones, and I'll count how many ones are in here originally. Alright, so now we have the total original ones. And then it's like I'm saying this. Maybe I should not count the current 1 streak in that, and I should just count the 0 streaks at the ends. But man, something else that just made me worried about whether or not I'm gonna get a right solution is this part, man, with these 1s at the end. I guess I just subtract 2 from my final answer. Alright, so now we're just counting the number of zeros that we're flipping here. So then now we can just return OG ones plus best minus 2, maybe. I think that's what they're telling me I gotta do, man. I'm not super confident with my code. Everything's wrong. Everything is too small. Small by 2. Alright. Let me see what the hell is going on, man. So this first one would look like, I'm trying to do this without printing C-outs everywhere. So this first thing would be like that, and then we'd compress it down to like 1 1 0 1 and 1 2. That's what it looks like compressed. So if I were to go with my little weird algorithm, then if it's, so this is a 1, and I'm gonna say the best is 1. It's 1 plus 1. That's 2. Sometimes I say read carefully the statement. Hold on. Let me read it one more time then. Binary string of length n. 1 represents an active section, 0 represents inactive section. At most one trade to maximize the number of active sections. Return the maximum number of active sections after making the optimal trade. Yins87, thank you very much for the follow. Man, what am I missing in the problem statement? The augmented ones do not contribute to the final count. There's a condition on the trade. Oh, this one? Afterwards, converts a contiguous blocks of 0. So you're saying wait, maybe I did maybe I was trying some weird stuff, man. The first one is not considered on your conditions. Yeah, if character is 1. Alright, I was trying something else maybe. I'm trying to convert 1s to 0s there. I'm trying to do it in one move, I think. So I'm saying if the character is a 1, then I'm looking for the 0s at the ends. First two. Oh, wait. I see what you're saying, but yes, I see exactly what you're saying. So those two ends don't count with this the block of 1s that you can convert. Dang. But the 0 thing is still for real. So maybe, alright, so we convert the 1s first. So I'm trying to find the biggest groups of 1s surrounded by 0s. I see. So it's just, wait. It's a little bit silly. I'll just hit them with the continue right there and there. Alright, so maybe that's it. No. But then, alright, 0, 1. That's how it looks. So I find 1. So there's no 1 surrounded by 0s. How do you do this? Rex, I think I'm close, but I'm missing something, man. I'm missing something. 1 surrounded by 0s. So this should be remembering Well, this best is kind of weird. Maybe I should remember. Maybe I should just remember the index. I don't know, man. Raxo says it's supposed to be an easy problem. Ones to zeros. Man, I swear, I keep seeing the vision and then I lose it. You know? I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. In my head, I'm like, yeah, I know what to do now. And then a few seconds later, it just slips away from my brain. Let's consider that, yeah, using these ones at the ends are kind of tripping me up a little bit. So right now, we are using them. But sometimes it says we shouldn't. You can just not take them? What do you mean? Like go from since you'll be looking for ones first, let's look left and right. I don't quite understand what you're saying, but let me think a little bit more about what I'm trying to do. I mean, if left, right doesn't exist, you don't count them, so it's correct, since they would be ones. Yeah. Alright, convert a contiguous blocks of ones. So this group of ones I'm trying to convert is the biggest block of ones that is surrounded by zeros. I don't know, Rexo. I don't know if I want to try this problem anymore, man. I feel like to just give up. But I think I can't stop thinking about like maybe I'm tripping myself up. So the first thing I gotta do is find this block of ones that is surrounded by zeros and turn those into turn that into zeros. So it's like, oh, I see what I'm thinking, man. Like, I'm looking at example 1 and I didn't read the explanation. I thought they turned like one of these to 0 and then turn both of them to 1 or something. But it says there's no trade possible for example 1. So you need to find this block of ones to convert. Otherwise, it's just the answer. Yeah, the idea is correct. Maybe there's a bug in like my brain, man. I'm not gonna lie. I think it would be best sometimes when I find myself like struggling to stay above water, I just delete everything, man, and I start over. It kind of helps me sometimes. So I'm gonna do that right now. I just delete everything and start fresh. Anyways, here we go. Wait. Do I want to start fresh, man? Alright, forget about the extremes. Let's find the ones that are surrounded by zeros. Wait, let me not delete everything, man. Let me just delete everything up to here. I think this part is alright. Count my OG ones. I'm not gonna push back. I don't feel like typing all this stuff again. That's the real reason. I'm not gonna set that previous to anything. Actually, I'm gonna set that previous to something that will trigger the else, or trigger the regular if, and I start my streak at 0. So if it's 1, it will be a 1 here, or if the first character is 0, no, this I'm too rusty, man. This should be the first character. Yeah, you can set it to S0. Yes, I'm just thinking that through, Rexo. Oh man, it must be painful to watch me try to solve this problem right now from your point of view, man. I don't know how you got the patience to watch me make all these silly moves, you know. Anyways, so counting my ones, I don't know if I need to do that, but I'm gonna do it anyways. I do the streak thing, I do the compression thing, I got the compression there, and this is without the ends. So now with my compression, I can look for the 1 with the zeros. Rexo is used to what? What are you talking about, Icy Black Deep? Anyways, now I'm going to iterate through. And do I skip? Do I skip the ends? Because the ends cannot be. The end, because if the ones are in the ends, then they're not surrounded by zeros, so I'm gonna skip those. Right? And then I'm gonna say if he coached kids, yeah. He still does, I think. Multiple countries. ICPC coach. Wait, what? What am I trying to do, man? I'm trying to look for the ones. I'm trying to say I'm trying to do this best thing again. Wait. It has to be surrounded. So if it's a 1 and compressed I-1, will it, can I assume that they will be zeros and I can just check? Maybe I don't need to do that check. I'm gonna just say compressed I-1 second. I think I don't need to specify those things, man. So now I got that best. Then I can just say maybe. But if I don't find anything, then it should just be okay, right? What are they talking about now, man? Go to size, not n. Jesus Christ, man. The problem is so easy. It's like it's so simple. What was I like? Where did I get tripped up, man? It's those dang ones at the ends that mess me up, and I guess not like fully understanding every part of the problem statement. I think the idea was there, but just bugs, like Raxo said, just bugs in my logic or my code or something. But the idea was there, perhaps. TJ Software, what's happening? Oh, I spent a dang hour trying to solve the daily problem. What a joke. What a joke I have become. Anyways, let's do the virtual contest that I did not take because I'm a big joke. Virtual, well, the contest was 5/11. That just happened on Saturday. I'm gonna do it right now, the virtual. You're going to send your t-shirts back? No, man. I've already used those. Hey, those t-shirts probably cost them like 50 cents to make in China, man. They probably pay more for shipping than those things, you know. Alright, here we go. Q1. Dang, what the hell? Q1. Even number of knight moves. You're given two integer arrays, start and target, where each array is of the form xy, representing a excuse me, representing a cell on a standard 8x8 chessboard. Return true if a knight can move from start to target in an even number of moves, otherwise return false. Note: a valid knight move consists of moving 2 squares in one direction and 1 square in a perpendicular to it. Anyways, this is a tough, easy problem, man. How the hell am I gonna solve this? Two moves. I don't think I can think of any fancy way, so I'm just gonna do it. Wait, how do you do it? I'm not sure yet. Do I just give it an R, give it a C, and give it a K? Start 0, start 1, and K. Wait, what's target? Oh, target is target. K is 2. And 2 moves, they say. So, I need my directions. How do you do knight directions easily, man? I don't know. I don't know how to do knight directions, but I'll just look at this thing here. So we got -2, -1. Kettle Bear, what's happening, man? Welcome to the party. So we got -2, +1. We got -1, -2. We got -1 and 2. Then we have 1, -2. 1, 2. -2, -1. -2, -1. And -2, 1. I hope that's right. So those are my night directions. I'm trying to start from here, and we got 2 tries. So basically, let me put some things. I don't know if I should do it there or not, or if I should be like, so if R and C are at the target, oh, not 2 moves, even number of moves, man. Jesus Christ, they got me again. So I guess we don't need, oh Jesus. How was your trip? Wait, that was sooner than I was expecting? What do you mean? Like, misreading the problem? Hey, trip was good, Castle Bear. I think it gave me a nice refresher of what life is like out there in the world, rather than in a cubicle in an office. Realizing you misread, yeah. I misread like every problem on stream, man. Jaeger Knights, thank you very much for the hydrates. Cheers. Alright, how the heck are we gonna know if we can do it in an even number? Should I just call it parity or something? So baller, yeah, it was kind of baller. I ate a lot of sushi. I ate a lot of wagyu, like yakiniku. I ate a lot of Domino's and McDonald's too, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of Coco Curry House. A lot of yeah, that's about it, man. Lots of sushi for sure. Lots of 7-Eleven and that type of stuff. Sapporos and sake, yes. I drank a little bit of beer, but maybe more Asahi. But I drink whatever, man. I'm not a beer snob. I drink anything. Well, I don't drink, actually. But when I do drink, it's whatever. I don't care what it is. But I don't drink anymore. Anyways, what am I trying to do? The parity thing. I need some type of cat. Do I need a cache so I don't end up in a forever loop? This is a lot to type for an easy problem. There must be an easier way to do that, to do this problem, you know? Maybe I'm like overthinking, man. Maybe it's some easy thing like who knows what. Do you smoke any ganja? Not there, man. I took a break. I smoked the daily, but that 2932 was rough. What you talking about, man? Smoked the daily. Type blazer. Oh. Type blazer. Oh. Yeah. I remember now. That Mount Everest thing. Dang, let me check it out. I did it earlier today. Dang, you got lucky, man. You got super lucky. Anyways, good job, good job. That's what you smoked. Yeah. Let me solve this problem real quick. Oh, this probably needs to be vector, vector, vector. This is too much for a Q1, man. Like, what the hell? Why did I do it this way and not BFS way? But anyways, so what I'm gonna say, 0 is odd. One is even. Alright, here we go, man. So those are my new directions, going through every direction we can go to. Let me check inbounds. Is this a cache? It's really a scene, man. Should I just have it as a bool? Dazlol 3636. What's happened? Welcome. Alright, so if the cache, if we've seen this one, how should I do the parity? I should flip it. I think so. What am I working on? I'm doing a LeetCode contest that just happened over the weekend. Contest 511. I won the first problem. The first problem is usually easy, but this one is a little bit more challenging for me than usual. Should I return true here or do some junk like this? Because I'm lazy. No, I can do that. I can do that, man. I don't really need that then, but I'll just leave it. Ugh. Come on, man. What happens if I win? I'm definitely not gonna win. But the contest is already finished. So, like, the person who won the contest is already known, and I'm nowhere near good enough to win a LeetCode contest. You basically have to be super duper cracked, one of the best in the. You got to be the best LeetCoder in the world to win a LeetCode contest, you know. All right. I should mark the first starting thing as seen, probably. With 0 parity. I don't want to redo that, right? I don't know if my parity is good there, but we'll see. It's too hard, man. False, false. What? Are we still doing LeetCode in 2026? It looks like we are, man. How am I doing? I'm doing LeetCode. I'm chilling doing LeetCode. I don't know what's going on. I try not to do this, but I'm gonna do it because this problem's too hard for me. And it's Q1 in a contest. Start. Hey, how come? Oh, this is example 1. So they say start there, target 2-2. There's so 1-1 to 2-3. Do I have my direction? It doesn't matter. X, Y, R, C, whatever, right? As long as I keep them the same. When does one stop doing LeetCode? Yeah, who knows, man. I'd say you stop doing LeetCode if you don't want to become a software engineer at a big tech company anymore. Or if you don't want to be a, I don't know when you stop, man. Whenever you feel like to. Can't solve LeetCode mediums without looking at solution. That's how I feel these days, man. Lucas from YouTube, what's poppin'? Solution. What is that? Is that boobs or whatever? In the calculator. All right, here we go. 1-1, 3-2. Do I have the parities right? Let me just switch them to see what's up, man. So true and true. So when I flip it to 1, what the hell? They should like flip it every time, yeah? All right. Look at that 2-2 right there, man. Oh, that did say true though. That did say true. Oh, you know what I should do? Forget this parity thing. I just print the RC right here in the beginning to see what's up. So 2-2 is there, for sure. I don't know how they got there. Because how do you go from 1-1? Oh, 1-1. These. Anyways, Test case 2 says false, and I'm saying false there. I don't know how to debug what I'm doing wrong, man. But I'm clearly doing something wrong. Or when I hit this 2-2 parity, maybe this oh, should we start at parity 0? As 0 moves are going in there. Yes, and then the first move you do is an odd number of moves. And then, so this is saying 1, 2, 3, 4 moves. So this should be alright then. I don't know, man. Alright, let me move on. Q1 got me struggling, man. Absolutely struggling with everything LeetCode right now. Alright, count dominant nodes in a binary tree. You are given the root of a complete binary tree. A node X is called dominant if its value is equal to the maximum among all nodes in the subtree rooted at X. Okay, return the number of dominant nodes in the tree. So this one, I got 5 dominant nodes. Each leaf node is dominant. I see. So the roots, Hector, HSC. Thank you very much for those bits. Hector HSC 1 hundo. Thank you so much. Look at all those awards. Thank you very much, Hector. Here we go again. Yes, I can do this one. This one is easy, right? DFS or something. How am I gonna do it though? I'm gonna DFS, yes, so I need each node to return its maximum value in the subtree. So maybe instead of returning nothing, this should return, I'll check. All the node values are positive, so I'll just return 0. And then, I guess I go left. And I go right. And these are gonna return the maximum values there. So then what do I return? I'm gonna return the max of left and right, and then the max is the max of max, and then the current node that we're at. So now I'll just count like this, man. So if this maximum is equal to the node value, excuse me, then let's increment our answer, and then here we're going to return that maximum value. And I think that's it. I just call the DFS on roots and return the answer. So I should get 5 and 4, and I get 5 and 4, and am I confident enough to send it? Sure. Alright, Q2 is easy, man. How the hell am I still struggling on Q1? That's crazy. My keyboard sounds like candy. Extreme yes. Thank you very much. Wait, how did I say? Keyboard. Pixel Pusher, what's poppin'? And what's happening from YouTube? Druv Balian. How are you doing? Pythagorean theorem. What? Alright, so that's Q2. Not bad. Pretty easy problem, I'd say. Q3. Transform binary string using subsequent sorts. Hey, Pixel Pusher, I'm struggling with LeetCode, man. That's what I'm doing. I don't know what you've been up to. Alright, let's see. Binary string using sequence sorts. You're given a binary string S. You are also given an array of strings, strs, where each strs I has the same length as S and consists of characters 0, 1, and question mark. Each question mark can be replaced by either 0 or 1. How can you do that? What's happened? Yenny Bonal or whatever. What's the secret to my hair? Punit, how you doing? The secret to my hair is, I think I got it from my mama. So ask her, man. I don't know. I don't do anything to my hair except the one thing I do is I don't cut my hair. That's it. Or the one thing I don't do, I guess. Anyways. So we get a bunch of strings. Each string has same length and has 0, 1, and question mark. Each question mark can be either a 0 or 1. You may perform the following operation any number of times, including 0. Choose any subsequence of S. Sort sub in non-decreasing order. Replace the chosen subsequence in S with the sorted sub, keeping all other characters unchanged. Return a Boolean array ants where ant is true if it is possible to replace all questions in strs I with 0 or 1, and transform S into the resulting string using the allowed operation above, otherwise return false. Explain logic behind that. Hey, I don't fully understand the problem yet. Strs? Strs. That's what it says right there, man. Playing chess gives you a bit of an advantage with the Q1, but the trick is also observable. Yeah, it feels like there must be an easier way to do that problem, man. Knights always alternate between square colors on their move. I didn't know that. But I'm not gonna try and use this trick. I'm gonna go back and try and solve it with whatever I was trying to do, man. But interesting. Knight reaches a target in an even amount of moves. Target must be same color. I guess that is a little sneaky, but I don't play any chess. Can you do that in Java? No, I don't know any Java, man. Bro can't even solve mediums with ease and is teaching on YouTube. Yeah, that's how it is. That's how it is sometimes. Alright, so let me try and understand this problem. 1, 0, 1, they give these strings. We return true, true, false. So place this with a 0. Why are you talking about sorting though, man? 0 question mark 1. 0 1 1. Select the subsequence at indices. Alright, this is my string. So you sort them. And this problem seems too hard. 0 question mark 0. Not feasible. I don't know if this one is the one for me. But n is only 2000, so maybe n is what? How many? The length of s, and then the string's length is 2000. Punit, please appreciate his thinking ability. We can learn from him the way he thinks, read problems out loud. Sometimes easy looks hard. Yeah, thank you, Punit, but that's how it is sometimes, man. Alright. I'm pretty stumped on this problem, though. So some observations I guess we can make is we can sort any substring of S. So here, if we sorted the whole thing, then anything with all zeros before ones is possible. Man, there's so many strings they give here. How will we know if one of these... Alright, how can we know if a single string in strs is possible? Well, if everything matches up in spots that aren't question marks, that means it's possible. Oh wait, it says choose any subsequence, not any substring. So subsequence, sorting the subsequence, that sounds a little funky. Let me see what that really means. Wait, what? Sort the subsequence in non-decreasing order. I think whatever sorting a subsequence means probably makes this problem a little bit easier. What does it mean? It means it basically means we can shuffle some zeros and ones around, right? It's like if we were to sort this subsequence, yeah, I guess it's kind of just saying you can swap zeros and ones positions or something like that. Let me look at, let's say, example 2. So the original string is this. The first one is they say true. So you select everything and sort the whole thing so it becomes true. This one is not feasible. Alright, not feasible. If the count of ones or zeros is more than what's in the original string, it's not feasible. Like this one has 3 ones, the original string only has 2 ones, so not feasible. Philly MCV, thank you very much for the follow. Alright, this one says it's true. So number of ones are equal and number of question marks are there. So it's basically 1 0 1 0. And how do we get that? We sort this subsequence. So it becomes 1 0 0 1. Wait, 1? No. We sort this subsequence. 1 0 1 0. No, wait. What am I saying, man? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I can do this problem, man. It's too hard for me. But apparently, it's not hard for 6,000 people out there. So I think I can get some of the false cases by just counting the ones and zeros, but I'm not sure how to say we can match it. Some 1,000 cheaters. Hey, Pixel Pusher, did you do this contest? Can we think with you? Standard backseating streamer preference question. Generally, I don't mind some backseating if you give me a chance to solve it. And I think I've had enough time to think about this problem where I can say I'm gonna need some help. This one is challenging for me. 100% sure. I'm not certain what to do, man. Yeah, this one took me a while. Q4 was more intuitive. I mean, if Pixel Pusher is a dang LeetCode beast, LeetCode guardian, and he's saying Q3 made him struggle too. So man, right now I'm only a Q1 gang, or 1Q gang, because I couldn't even get Q1 right after all my junk. I think I can get this after simplifying it. The problem is I don't know if I want to sit here and try and break it down too much. If it was like a real contest, maybe I'll sit down and really think. But it's hard to get to that level of focus when nothing is on the line. Alright, I think the cases where one character is above the original characters, we can just false it out immediately. The case where there's question marks, maybe we should find out how many more characters are missing from the original and then assign those question marks to what they could potentially be. Sourcing any substring to me sounds like it means that you can replace any 0 with any 1 on the to its left. That's what sorting a subsequence sounds like to me. Or no, it's deeper because, alright, if we had 0 1 1 as a subsequence, or not 0 1 1 0, then we can shift it to be like that. So the middle one doesn't change, and we basically just moved the 0 to the left and the 1 to the right. We could also have 1 0, and those would just be 0 1. I guess if we had 1 1 0 0, then yeah. So it's like we're able to replace any 0 with any 1 and swap them on the left, to the left of it. I think that's what sorting a subsequence means. Kettle Bear, good luck with Q3 and eventually Q4. Have a good night. I'm out. Hey, Castlebear, thank you very much for tuning in. I'll see you next time, man. Adios. Alright, so if the problem says that instead of the sorting thing, then how do we know if it is possible? Do we have to count how many ones to the left? I don't know, man. Like in these examples, all the sorting that they do are like substrings instead of just subsequences. Alright, so if I'm iterating over this string, I'm trying to check 0, 0, 1, 1. And I see a 0. Maybe I count how many zeros to the right of an index, and then I can like figure out if I can swap them or not. Muhammain Zaman, how you doing? Welcome. Message retracted. See you later. Alright, let me try and science it out, man. I'll look at example 2. So I'm saying if we count how many zeros to the right, 2 zeros, 2 zeros, 1 0, 0 zeros. And now if I'm looking at this string, this is stars I. And then we come across this. It should be a 1, but it's a 0. So we say there's 2 zeros to the right. We should swap them. So I'm gonna swap them. And then now we go to this one. It should be a 1. But it's a 0. And then we can see we have 2 zeros to the right. And we use 1 0. So there's actually 1 0. Maybe. I don't know if I'm doing this right, man. I don't know if this is the way, but there's 1 0 left, perhaps. So swap that one too. Then we continue. All I can think of is how to brute force it. Is performance considered? Yeah, performance is for sure considered. They give us the inputs, so it's gonna be, the string length is 2000 characters, and it's 2000 strings of 2000 length as well. So you have to like check all of those things. CM Griffin, thank you very much for that raid. How you doing? What's poppin'? Happy New Year and Merry Christmas. How you doing? Welcome to the party. Have you been a while? Yeah, it's been a long time. I took a break from streaming for a little bit, only for a few months, and I just started back recently. Kenneth Ye, how you doing? What's poppin'? Right now, I've been doing LeetCode. I don't really change what I do on stream, but I'm trying to do a contest that just passed over the weekend, weekly contest 511, and I'm struggling. I'm not gonna lie. Thank you very much for those follows. Extreme Yes, Mullen, CM Griffin, thank you very much. Alright, how you doing, man? What's been poppin'? Been vibe coding? Have you been enjoying Fable or Opus or whatever is bumping these days? Alright, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to solve this problem. I'm not gonna lie. Been well, just building stuff. Recently tried out schema thesis for OpenAI validation. Not sure what that means, but it sounds fancy. Done a bit of vibing, but still coding for things I care about sometimes. Yeah, the only code I do is LeetCode, man. I don't even write code anymore anywhere. Open API is a spec for REST APIs. I see. It sounds kind of like OpenAI, but I guess it's not. Maybe it could be. Alright. People telling me Q4 is more intuitive than Q3, so maybe I'll just jump ahead and try and do Q4, which is a hard problem. This whole contest, I'm struggling. Alright, here we go. Minimum number of string groups through transformations. Open API used to be known as Swagger. 10 plus years ago. I think I've heard the name Swagger, but I don't really remember. Interesting. Yeah, vibe coding is crazy, man. It's crazy how wild it has become, or how capable things have become in the last, even just like year or so. Less than a year, man. Alright, let's read. You are given an array of strings, words. Define a transformation on a string S as follows. Let E be the subsequence of characters at even indices of S. Let 0 be the subsequence of characters at odd indices of S. I guess that's an O. Independently, cyclically shift E and O by any number of positions to the right, possibly 0. Independently. Interesting. Reconstruct the string by placing the shifted E characters back into even indices and the shifted O characters back into odd indices. Two strings are equivalent if one can be transformed into the other by a single transformation. Partition words into the minimum number of groups such that every string belongs to exactly one group. Every pair of strings in the same group are equivalent. Return an integer denoting the minimum number of groups. I'm gonna go make food and lurk. Stop distracting me. Alright, well, thank you very much for the raid. Enjoy the food you're about to make, man. Thank you. See you later. CM Griffin, everybody. I don't quite understand the problem, but let's look at example 1. These are the words. They say the minimum number of groups is 1. Alright, anytime I see minimum number of anything, I'm always thinking about binary search immediately, but I don't know how to apply anything here yet. So these are the words. I say 1 because for this, even indices are that, odd indices are this. Shift that right. Oh, I see what they're saying. Yes, and shift that right by 1 to WT. And then you reconstruct. Interesting. Okay. And then they're asking, how many of these can we make in the same groups, basically? So if one string is equivalent to another string, that means like if A equal B and B equals C, then A must equal C. How am I going to solve this? Basically, I need to check that odd and even indices are similar in the strings. Dang, 500,000 characters. All right, how do I do it? How do I do it, man? ABB and BBA are considered the same group because AB is for even and BA, and you just cycle them once to get to the answer there. All right, I think what I'll do here, I don't know if it will be fast enough, but if I sorted all odd indices and all even, no, I can't sort them. I can't sort them because that will mess up the order. But if I just cycle them so that they're like lexicographically smallest or something like that. But the length is so large, man. Words I Words I length is really large. So if we get our odd and even indices, and then hold on, I gotta pee. I'll be right back. 1 second. All right. I'm back. My solution to this problem would be to take a sick day and have a coworker take that workload from me. Dang. That's probably my solution right now. This problem does require string hashing. You don't need rolling hash though. Dang. Well, I don't know any string hashing, man. But let me think. String hashing. So if I had the strings hashed, was it like a prefix sum? Type string hashing, where you double the length of the odds, evens, and you do a prefix sum, because as you hash, the hash gets bigger, but you can look for your target because you know. I don't know. That's what goes in my mind, but I don't know how to do any string hashing. So I think maybe this problem is beyond my abilities. I really should learn those things, man. It's been years that I've been saying I should learn so many things, and I haven't learned anything. I'm still running on 2021 knowledge, man. I don't think I've gotten too much more knowledge since maybe a couple things. Alright, yeah, Pixel Pusher, you can give me the idea for sure. You can backseating Q3, Q4 right now for me on these problems is completely fine, man. This dang contest has been a struggle. Look at that. Dang, this would have been easily my worst performance in 6 years of contests, man. Dev Corrada, thank you very much for the follow. Even backseating Q1, yeah, I guess. So if you have some string A, B, C, D, all cyclical shifts appear in the double string. Yes, I know this double string and cyclical shift stuff, right? There is a similarity between those two strings. Alright, there is a similarity between this string and that string. Alright, let me try and think about that. I'll let you know when I give up the puzzle. So if we're hashing these two things, I don't know, man. What I was thinking originally was like, if you have these two are clearly, they belong in the same bucket because you can see A, B, C, D right there. So I was thinking, like you take the hash or whatever of just A, B, C, D. And then for the double string, this is our target. So like, let's say the hash of this is, I don't know, 23 or whatever. Student of ATSIS. How you doing? Welcome. All right, let's say this hash is 23. So I was thinking like to do some type of prefix sum. You know, so if this first hash of just the D is 7, and then over here is like 30 or whatever, you know, our target is 23. So we're like looking back and we can see, oh, there's a hash right here. But that's where my mind went immediately. But I don't really know how hashing, like string hashing, works too well or anything. Let me see what other similarities I might be able to identify here. I mean, besides that they contain the same letters, I don't really know. Yeah. I give up. I give up, Pixel Pusher. I don't know what it is. One of these days, I'm just gonna sit down and learn the dang string hashing algorithms, man. Dang, what a bad performance on this contest. Like every recent contest I've taken, really. Wait, what are you saying? Maybe take something like DACB, which... Oh wait, take something like this, which is not rotatable by that. Wait, what am I looking for? I don't even know what I'm looking for. Oh, so you're saying, hold up. D-A-A-B-C, D-A-B-C. If you look at ABCD versus DACB versus DABC, they all have similar letters, but only one of them is similar, right? Yes. But I don't know the I don't know what I'm looking for, man. That's an easy problem, yeah. Raxo loves to come in here and tell me every problem's easy, man. I'm not sure if that's always true, though. Easy for sure for some people. Alright, Pixel Pusher, you're just gonna have to spell it out for me. So what is... if there is a solution, I can send it. Hey, thank you. Hey, Q Ultimus. What's happened? You need to know a particular algorithm. Yeah. As I hear what you're saying. So if you knew this algorithm, it's like simple. But if you don't, basically there's two similar ones, both contain A, B, C, D. Right. I mean, of course. Of course they do. Because they belong in the same bucket, right? They will all have the same lexicography minimum substring of the size before you double it. So you're saying just double it and take the lexicographically minimal. I guess I was thinking about that, but I wasn't sure how to do it. Yeah, sliding window. I see what you're saying. I see exactly what you're saying now. But I feel, man, that can't be it, man. Will that pass? So you did this with sliding window. Where do you get your keyboard? Are you only studying LeetCode? Yes, I don't really study. I wouldn't say I'm studying LeetCode. I'd say I'm just trying to solve some problems, but I'm not like studying to get better. Really, I'm just I'm just playing the game, you know. All right, sliding window. I can do a sliding window. I can do a sliding window, but I've had some trouble with this in the past with string problems. Anytime I try to compare a substring of in C++, I always get like time limit exceeds or something because I think like the substring is creating a new string from that substring every time I check. I don't know. I've had this problem for a long time. Anytime I do anything with substrings in C++, and I'm not sure how to go about that, man. Maybe I'm just bad at C++. As my grandpa says, strings is another world. What is your grandpa talking about, Raxo? That's why you need a rolling hash for a number instead of a string. Right. So you're saying that making the copy of the substring is quite normal then? There are other ways, yeah. There's a lot of ways. But that's what I was thinking earlier when I was talking about the prefix sums with the hash. I guess the hash should be like increasing. But I'm not sure how that works, man, with like all the mods, if you have to do any mods or whatever. String have nuts? What? Hey, Q, do you know rolling hash? And Steven Sagiball. How are you doing? Long time no see. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, Steven Sagiball. I don't even remember. I don't remember if you stopped by today or you must have been here earlier, man. Or, yeah. Come on. Of course you're here earlier talking that nonsense, man. I already forgot. Alright. So I'm gonna say Q4 is not within my reach because I don't know rolling hash or any string algorithms or string hashing algorithms. It's on my list of things to know, man. Alright, so back to Q1, man. Dang question that I can't believe I can't get for some reason. Can I move somewhere in an even number of moves? But a thing is saying it's wrong. Q1 is way easier than you're making it. Yeah, Pixel Pusher already told me, but I feel like I still should be able to solve it with whichever way I'm doing it here, you know? I think it's still good practice for me. Yeah, you know that friend you made me reach out to? I didn't, nah. No, we ain't friends, and I'm talking to his wife still? Is that weird? Yeah, that is weird, man. I don't know why I keep talking to these friends of yours. Can I give a hint? Yeah, Q, give a hint, because I already kind of moved on from this. But Pixel Pusher already told me that if you move one or two, yeah, Pixel Pusher already told me that. Anytime it moves, it changes colors. So if you move twice, then it's like on the same color again, you know, that it started with. So I guess what that means is like if the colors are the same, then it is possible. But is that that can't be the only way to solve that problem, right? Like, I was thinking for sure I could solve it with this way, but now maybe the parity thing is messing me up, because there could be a situation where it went to that thing with that parity, but there's like other moves you can do before you reach to the target. You know what I'm saying? So maybe this solution might just be incorrect with like caching on the parity like that. Hey Brett, what's happening, man? Do you see the quick answer? I didn't see it, but everyone's been telling me. All right. Oh, Q and Brett. Let's see. Let's see them both, because this whole contest is crazy. Just in case you want to see, I saw this on the contest. Very nice. All right, so he's telling me if it's what color the starting thing is, what color the target thing is, and if they're equal to the same color. Yeah. I didn't know that, man. That's what Brett did too. Like, how are you supposed to know this though? You know, alright, I don't really play chess. I know the rules of chess, but I've never like studied chess or anything like that. It feels like a tough question for a Q1 though. A knight can get from any square to any square, so you just need to match colors. Yeah. Wait, what you laughing at, Raxo? You think this problem is funny? You have to stare at the example image if you don't know chess. The thing is that since you move always 1 by 2 or 2 by 1, then your x plus y parity changes in one move. It's what it takes to get internships now. Gotta be a chess grandmaster. Hey, background store, what's happening? That's what it seems like, man. Has anyone interviewed recently out there? Is it tough? Are the questions crazy these days? Play chess on stream? I'm not trying to embarrass myself, man. Hey, who used to do it? I think Pat's Hello World used to do some chess racer thing. And every now and then I'd jump in when Pat did it. I'm like, I don't even know what the hell I'm doing, man. Like, I don't even know what the game is like. I'm just moving random things and I always lose. I don't even know how the hell to play chess like that, man. The fact that color changes each move isn't hard to see. Maybe a little trickier to see that all squares are reasonable. Yeah, I didn't know that a knight can get basically anywhere. I thought maybe it's not possible sometimes, you know. Spirits of Raja, or Spirits off Raja, what's happening? Or Spirits of Faraja. I'm a math grad. Any tips on how to approach problem solving on LeetCode to maximize roots learning? I think if you studied math, you have a big advantage for LeetCode, because a lot of the problems do have some type of math involved, whether it's combinatorics or statistics or something like that, man. And I guess some of the dang DP stuff is like mathy when you talk about the functions or whatever, the recursive functions, and you're trying to build them. It's free, I see. But any tips on how to approach problem solving to maximize root learning? I don't even know what type of tip that would be. But if you just want some tips in general on LeetCodes, I'd say build a schedule for yourself and stick to your schedule. Treat it like how you might treat tennis practice. You know, if somebody plays tennis and they're trying to get better and they have a coach or something, they probably have like, oh yeah, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6 p.m. I go play tennis. So I think for LeetCode, you gotta have some type of strict schedule that you respect. And if you say, you know, I'm gonna study every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday night at 7 p.m., then just do it, you know. I used to beat them in chess racers, yeah. Wait, what? Something. Aren't math majors passer and wizards? Yeah, it seems so, I think. I was just better at linear algebra. You know, I took linear algebra in college, man. I don't even know anything from it, though. Standard tip, solve problems. Yeah, that's basically the best LeetCode tip. Did you get Q3 on this contest? No, I didn't, man. I only got Q2. Q2, and that's it. Q2 was like the easiest problem for me. Q3, I don't even know, man. This whole contest was tough. Linear algebra just applied stats? I don't know. The Feynman algorithm. Write down the problem. Think really hard. Write down the solution. Tibu Coder, welcome to the party. Thank you for dropping some knowledge on us. Linear algebra is a good thing to be better at. Maybe the most useful math. What? That's crazy, Brett. That's crazy that that you consider linear algebra to be the most useful math. But I have no idea what linear algebra is for. I just know that like computer people study it sometimes. What about numerical analysis? Wait, it's a one line code. Which one are you talking about, Emif? Q1 is a one line? Yeah. It's vectors. 3D graphics. Vectors. Alright. I'm trying to go back in time almost 20 years ago. I'm sitting down in my linear algebra class. Everybody failed the first test. That's the only thing I remember. Except maybe me. I remember the homework was so hard. Everybody failed the homework too, man. Except me. But I still don't remember anything. I think I tried really hard in that class in the beginning, and it was a lot of programming stuff. I don't remember. Except it was a tough class. Why doesn't the Hankel transform reveal an upwards frequency shift? What are you talking about, man? Some stuff are so large that you can only reliably navigate through it with linear algebra. Yeah, don't defense. What's poppin'? Everything is a one-liner if you try hard enough. I see. Alright. Linear algebra. I do remember doing a lot of matrix multiplications and stuff in linear algebra. I don't remember how to do that though. But anyways, Dia Barla, what's happening? You're doing a great job. Hey, thank you. Thank you. All right, let's move on from this contest, man. I basically bombed this one. What time is it? I don't have time to do another virtual contest. Maybe, what should we do? You guys want to try elite rooms for old time's sakes? How do you do this? One elite rooms. If anybody wants to do some problems. And then I gotta go. All right, so 4 problems. Probably not gonna get through all 4. Brett, welcome. All right, simplified fractions. Ugh, I'm not doing that one. Maximum bag with full capacity of rocks. Maximum prime difference. Maximum number of alloys. Which one? I'm gonna try this Q2, this bag one. Q, welcome to the room. Maximum bags with full capacity. I've already solved it though. Let me see when. A year and a half or so. I think I can do it again. You have n bags numbered from 0 to n-1. You are given 2 zero-indexed integer arrays, capacity, and rocks. The ith bag can hold a maximum of capacity I rocks and currently contains rocks I rocks. You're also given an integer additional rocks, the number of additional rocks you can place in any of the bags. Return the maximum number of bags that could have full capacity after placing in some additional rocks. Oh yeah, I think I can do this one, man. So I'm just going to iterate through all the rocks and see like how many each bag, how much more they can hold. So it's capacity I minus rocks I. That's how much you need to fill that bag. So I'll do that. And then I will sort. This is, what do you say? Is this like greedy or something? So I sort how much we need, and then I'll iterate through all of the needed. And I'm gonna say if it's 0, then that bag is already full and we don't need to do anything. Otherwise, if how much we need is less than or equal to additional rocks, then we can fill that thing and subtract how much we needed. And that's it. Too easy. Oh, Rexo is in the house too. Alright, Q2 was too easy, man. Not enough. That shouldn't even be a medium. Oh, I saw this one too. Come on, man. 2 years ago. Alright, I'll try and do it again. Maximum prime difference. I don't want to do prime numbers, but I'll do it. You're given an integer array nums. Return an integer that is the maximum distance between the indices of 2, not necessarily different, prime numbers in nums. 300,000 numbers, but the numbers are only 1 to 100. So, all right, I don't think we need to do our sieve of Eratosthenes here, but I think it's good practice. Man, I didn't understand the question. Hey, which question? The previous question, background store, or this one? I can send you this. Oh, this one. I guess we can look at examples. So it's saying the biggest distance between prime numbers. The answer is 3 because the prime numbers are 2, 5, and 3. And the distance here is 3 because this is position 4, 1. So 1, 2, 3. That's how far the two prime numbers are from each other. So basically, this question is asking the leftmost prime number and the rightmost prime number or something. But I was saying it's good practice for me to do my sieve of Eratosthenes here, because I don't get to practice it too much. So I'll do that right now. Well, at least I'll try. So how does the sieve work? I always forget, man. Do I say this is prime? And we'll just go up to 100, I suppose. 101 for good luck. Let me think. How does the sieve work? So we start from 2, and we want to, like, I guess hit. No, these should all be false. And then I'll have vector in, or I'll have a set actually of all the primes. And I'll say if is prime is false, which it is initially. Or maybe I should not call this is prime then. Not prime? I forget how to do the sieve, man. Wait. Maybe I'll set, all right. The naming is a little strange, but I'll set everything to true initially. So I'll say if this is true, then this is a prime. And then I'm going to go from j equal I times I, and then mark everything j as false. Is that how the sieve works? I think so, man. And then now I have my set of primes. I guess it should be insert. And then I guess I just find the two primes at the ends. So how should I do that, man? Should I... I'm gonna do it like this, caveman way. So I'm just gonna go left to right and then right to left, and the first one I get is what I'm looking for. So if primes dot, I guess we can do count, Or what? I'm gonna just use find. What are we finding? Num's I. Gamba is cool. Thank you very much for the follow. All right, so if this number is a prime number, then we just mark the left. And then go from right to left. What if there's at least one prime, they say. Then I just return right minus left. All right. How many Google shares do I have? I don't know, man. I got enough though. I probably got a lot. a big percentage of my net worth is Google shares. Maybe it's not a great move. Wait, what are they talking about? How come this is 0, man? Is my sieve incorrect? It must be. Oh, J++. Jesus Christ. My sieve was incorrect. But now it's good. But it's still slow. Rusty Hots, what's poppin'? Just got here. Isn't this just finding the first and last prime number in the array? Yes, that is what I did. So, well, first I made a list of the prime numbers possible. And I did this to practice my sieve. And then, good thing I practiced it because I made some silly mistakes. And then I'm just going in and find the left one and the right one. Is the Elite Room server down? Hey, you might be right because nothing's showing up in the scoreboard, man. Yeah, it looks like there's a problem, unfortunately. Wait, what have you been working on? Jake Castilli, how you doing? What have I been working on? You mean on stream? Just solving LeetCodes. Off stream, I've been working around the clock on a few things, including Algo Blazor. That's where I spend most of my time these days, man. I've been doing a lot of Algo Blazor work. So much work on Algo Blazor that I think I'm almost ready to, I wouldn't say launch it, but just put it up on the internet and then opening it up and maybe start using it on stream. But maybe in the next 2 or 3 weeks I'll do that. We'll see. We'll see. I feel pretty good about where it is at right now. I think I'm mostly working on, like, I wouldn't say the technical stuff on the website, more like the content on the website. That's what I've been spending my time doing. Do a strangely large proportion of the problems relate to Roger Federer? No, they don't. I know what you're talking about, though. Join my startup is about saving bees? Yeah, I would like to save the bees. Yeah, Elite Rooms is having some issues. Should we ping Flumsy? Does Flumsy have a Elite Rooms hotline? Still coding late? It's not that late. I'm about to end real soon though. Maybe it needs an update on how it registers submissions. Yeah. Either way, I guess you can. The chat still works, so that's nice. But perhaps LeetCode changed the way they submit. Maybe like it was hard coded. I mean, for sure it's hard coded to detect the submission. But maybe they change it, because I see now when you submit something, it gives you this little spinning thing. So it seems like they changed a few things on LeetCode that could perhaps break Leet Rooms, you know? That's like, if I had to guess. Hello from Mexico. Hey, Brian Hernandez Mora. Welcome. What's poppin', man? Anyways, so we did, I guess we did Q2, Q3. Let's try Q4 here. Don't destroy their nature, and they should be fine. They don't need saving. We humans need to be less assholes about nature. What? RPC 2.0. What's happening? Our company is still asking LeetCode questions. That is a good question. I don't really know, man. I think some companies for sure ask LeetCode questions still, but it feels like there is more now in addition to just LeetCode. From what I've been hearing, you're still expected to do a few LeetCode rounds, but you're also expected to do maybe more system design now than ever before, and maybe even like an AI round these days. I've heard of a lot of just like low-level design type programming also out there. But it really depends on which type of company you're applying for. If you're applying to the big tech companies, Google, Amazon, Facebook, Microsoft, I'd say for sure there's like a 99% chance you're going to run into at least 2 or 3 LeetCode rounds. If you're applying to a small local company, or just even a small company with like a couple hundred people or less, who knows what they ask. It's so random at that level that you could get asked LeetCode, you could get asked like trivia or something, you know. Any major update on Type Blazor? Yeah, Type Blazor is still up and running, man. That's about it. I've shifted most of my cycles off of Type Blazor and onto Algo Blazor, but I'm trying to find a good balance where I can work on both of them. At some point in the future, I will probably bring back working on Type Blazor on stream, but right now, or at least in the next week or two, I don't see that happening. Maybe sometime later this year. A solo sword, what's happening? Commented on your live stream before 6-7 months about master's admission. Well, I have good news. I got in. Hey, congratulations, man. That's big. If you remember me, maybe I asked about how to get a voice like you. Yeah, I got it from not my mom. Maybe my dad. Anyways, anyone face interview where they allow AI and they judge the interaction and then review the code quality outputted? I have not, but I've talked to a few people who have done AI rounds, and I think the AI rounds are tough. From what I've heard, man, some people say that yeah, you're allowed to use AI in those rounds, but it's like if you use it, it's like a catch-22 or something. Like if you use it, they don't think you're good enough, so just don't use it. And if you can solve their problems without AI, that's probably best. But I think it's so early in like companies trying to figure out how to test AI usage that things are going to be all over the place right now. And it could change next week. And so no one really knows yet. There hasn't been like an established standard for AI rounds, I think. But it's tough because it's such a new technology. Small company doing Java backend. What? Considering LeetCode is never a waste of time because it's helping you improve coding skills. Yeah, I don't know if coding is necessary in the future, man, based on the progression we've had in a few years, you know. Any recs on where to practice system design? I think there are tons of YouTube channels dedicated to system design, websites too. Some of them ones I've heard is like Hello Interview. There's some YouTuber that's been doing system design lately. I forget his name, man. But I don't really study system design very much. Trying to create a Typeblazer account after doing the daily challenge and getting first so I can brag to my friends. I'm not receiving any emails. There's no emails, man. So you can just sign up and you can just use the account without confirming, I think. So just sign in with whatever you put your email password as, and I think it should work. Sir Data, what's happening? I'm doing all right. Just subscribe. Thank you very much. Excited to be here. Can I get your LinkedIn? I don't give my LinkedIn out publicly. But my LinkedIn is junk anyways, man. I don't even log into LinkedIn. If you want to ask me any questions or anything, I think the best way is to just message me while I'm on stream or leave a comment or something on one of my videos, and chances are I get towards reading them, or on my website, I guess. Not used to that. I didn't even realize I was logged in. Oh yeah, no worries. Just remember to add a load balancer and you're good. Oh, for your design, system design, yeah. Yeah, I heard someone complaining that AI was good at system design after training on a LeetCode for system design site. Yeah, where are this? There's Hello Interview's a big one. Man, somebody must know in this chat, the system design people. What did people used to use? Man, I can't remember this YouTuber's name, man. It's like, he's a Googler. And he had like a funny username or something on YouTube. Anyways. Dang, I gotta check it out. On the daily challenge, you say. I like Pickles 137 miles per hour. That's crazy. Byte Go? No, but I think I've heard Byte Go as well. Man, YouTuber system Googler. I don't remember, man. No, none of those. Jordan has no life. That's the answer, man. Jordan has no life. I don't know if he's still relevant or if he still does system design stuff, content, but he's a Googler who does system design stuff, and I've heard it's pretty good, but I've never actually studied system design, so I can't tell you. All right. Before talking all that nonsense, I was going to say, let me try and solve this Q4. So let me read it. It's quite long. I haven't solved it yet. I have no submission attempts. So let's see. You are the owner of a company that creates alloys using various types of metals. There are N different types of metals available, and you have access to K machines that can be used to create alloys. Each machine requires a specific amount of each metal type to create an alloy. For the ith machine to create an alloy, it needs composition ij units of metal type J. Initially, you have stock I units of metal type I, and purchasing 1 unit of metal type I cost I coins. Given integers nk, budget, and 1 indexed 2D array composition and 1 indexed arrays stock and cost, your goal is to maximize the number of alloys the company can create while staying within budget of budget coins. All alloys must be created within the same machine. Return the maximum number of alloys that the company can create. Alright, I don't know how to do this. I don't really know, but it's saying there's a cost and there's a finite amount of metals. Is this just take it or leave it on crack? Is this knapsack? I'm not sure, man. Let's look at some examples. So N is, what's N? N different types of metals. So 3 metals, what's K? K machines. K machines. Alright, this problem is lots of pieces. A Hepta 1290 from YouTube. What's happening? Hepta likes Grinder and DP. Everybody knows that. Maximum number of alloys that the company can make. So the composition is what? Means this many units of the column. Dang. I don't know if I can do this problem in 10 minutes or however long I have before I leave. Oh geez. So this is alloy 1, 2, 3. And stocks I of metal type I. For the ith machine, I see. Oh, so the different machines, I see. The 2 different machines are making 2 different types of alloys. Okay. So machine 1, machine 0, and 1. So which alloys should we be making, basically? I could probably do this problem, man. But it's a lot. It feels like a lot. You got this mixer mechanical engineer? What you talking about, man? 2 projects is more practical. I find system design resources to theory. Well, I think system design is a very specific dance that you have to do if you want like a big tech job. There's like a standard system design round where you do the dance and you say all the things that every other system design round says and you're in, basically. So I don't think, like, doing projects will definitely be beneficial, but if you want to pass a system design round, you gotta play and do the dance that they're expecting you to do, you know. And there's some things in system design that you will almost like never touch in a personal project or something. Would be relatively straightforward knapsack problem without the stock variable. Yeah, well, the stock variable is basically unbounded knapsack versus bounded knapsack, I think, but we'll see. Yeah, personal project may not cover the scale you have to know for system design. Yeah, because they ask you like, oh, build a system that will serve the whole world, or, you know, what type of system would you need to design for this scale? And the scale is never like your social network. Your scale is always like 1 billion people or hundreds of millions, you know. A RAM edits. What's happened? Good morning to you, man. How you doing? All right. So if I don't think I will code this up, but if I were to attempt this problem, I think it's just knapsack where, but how do you decide? All right, I'm trying to figure out what the states and stuff would be. So we have a budget, we have a cost, we have the stock. But look at this, stock 0, 0, 0. How are you gonna make anything if they don't have any stock, man? How are you gonna get 2 if you got 0 stock? Oh, I see. If you don't have any stock, you gotta buy, and that's where the cost comes into play. I see now. So I wonder if, all right, if we were to do knapsack, how would we keep going? Do we just keep like going forever? At some point it has to stop. Usually in knapsack, I guess it ends when you go out of bounds, but there's no out of bounds here. It's basically you have the choice to make. Oh wait, it is knapsack. The eyes are the composition. Each row is like your knapsack eye. And basically you just keep making the current machine or whatever, the current alloy type for machine 1, and you just keep trying to make that, or you skip it and go to the next one. I think I could solve this problem. I'm going to add it to a list, a new list. I'm gonna call it 2026 Interesting. I don't have time to do it, but each machine is like the stone in the knapsack. And then yeah, this is the knapsack. Anyways. NYT connections? What? The whole world? Wait, what are you talking about? The whole world? Who's talking about? Who's talking about the whole? Was I saying like the whole world scale? Or something? We gotta do that before you go. Wait, do what, Leet Whale? Connections? All right. Should I open that, man? Are you giving me some bunk ass links? I'll do it, Leet Whale. The only way it changes from spamming your cheapest alloy is with a stock of metals. Wait, so the way knapsack, if you just keep trying the same one, it's not really. I guess you have, at every machine, you have two choices if you're doing it recursively like knapsack. The first choice is I will make an alloy on this machine and then recursively call the function to repeat the same decision on the same machine that I'm on right now. The second choice you can do is decide to go to the next machine. So basically, you'll end up trying like all like permutations of machines, you know, like 0 on machine 1, 1 on machine 1, 2 on machine 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, until you can't anymore. And at every stage you can do like 0 on machine 1 and 6 on machine 2 or whatever, you know, like that's how it would work. But anyways, Leet Whale wants me to do connections. I'm gonna do it real quick. All right, no spoilers. And then after this I go groups of 4, oyster, bubble tea. Man, what the hell is this, man? What is that? Sakis? Sakes? Blair? I don't even know what these words are, man. Trumpet? Trumpet. Portobello. Is trumpet a mushroom? This is a mushroom. This one's too hard, man. Sound. Wisdom tooth. Wisdom. Bubble tea. Button. Mushroom. Is a button mushroom, I think. Alexa. Swine. Wait, let me shuffle them. This is too hard. Icon. Blair. I don't even know what Blair means. This one is way too hard for me. Alright, oyster mushroom. I think that's a mushroom. Which other one was a mushroom? A button mushroom? Portobello? I don't know, man. Sometimes they do those to throw you off. Alright, meadow, wisdom, bubble tea. What goes with bubble tea? Sakis? No. Alexa? Blair? Harold? Those sound like names. Hey, LeetCode, why you trying to make me do these hard ones, man? I don't see any connection anywhere. Icon. I give up. It's too hard. This is the hardest one I've ever done in my whole life. Meadow is a mushroom. I didn't know that. Should we try those? All right, Q. If I'm wrong here, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Is a button a mushroom type? I think so. All right, Q. This is on you, man. If wait, not button. Hey, you already said. All right. Swine. Sound. These are S's. What is a swine? Can we guess? Wait, what do you mean guess? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I thought a button is a mushroom too. All right, I'm just gonna click it because I gotta go, man. Oyster, button, portobello. Which meadow? All right, here we go. It's wrong, Q. I don't think that's right. Wait, but it says it didn't do anything. Mistakes remaining, 3. Oh wait, button, link, icon, and what? And menu. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right. Trumpet. Swine. Bubble tea. Things that things that are overpriced. Sakes, bubble tea. I know the answers. Yeah. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Maybe sound and sound advice. That sounds. It's no. I don't know about that, man. Alexa. Blair. Are we allowed to guess more? No, I don't got anything, man. I don't got anything, Panda Poopums. Also, what's happened? Swine, oyster, bubble tea, what is that connection, man? Things that you eat in a restaurant? Or something? Blair? Oh, like blaring. Trumpet sound. Herald. I don't even know what herald is. Except in that Christmas song. Hark the herald angels sing. Glory to the newborn king. Something like that. All right, let's try that, man. What LeetCode said. Blair trumpet. I can get behind this one. Dang, you're good. This is too hard. Like, all right, there's only 8 left. And I still don't know what the hell it is. Like, what could it be? Alexa? Bubble tea? I think these oysters and portobellos are there to mess you up, man, but I can't prove it. Wisdom. Meadow. This is... Alright, I give up, man. Who wants to guess? Leet Whale, what do you think? Alexa. Wisdom. Sakes. Ale. Man, that's crazy. How the hell am I supposed to know that, man? Starting with alcoholic beverages. Then what the hell is this last group? Associated with pearls? Hey, it flashed it and it went away. It doesn't even tell me again, man. Pearls of wisdom. There are 4 mushrooms, yeah. Oysters, pearls. What were the other words? Either way. Pearls in a boba? Come on, man. Nobody calls them pearls. Do people call them pearls? I've heard some people call them pearls. Alexa, go with... Yeah, ale. A-L-E. Anyways. That was fun. But it's time to get out of here. So, see you later, everybody. Let's go raid somebody. Anybody? I don't know, but who should I raid? Let's find somebody real quick, and then I'm out of here. Dang, page is small today, man. Nobody streams anymore. Tibu Coder, thank you very much for the follow. Nobody streams anymore. You guys want to watch Claude Code? I don't even feel like rating anybody, to be honest. I don't feel comfortable rating people these days because I don't know anybody anymore, man. Anybody who's online. I can't just end though. Can't just end. Alright, we're gonna hit one of these people. This guy teaching us? Alright, anybody have recommendations here before I just randomly choose somebody? LeetCode rocks Simon. Shocked. Hey, LeetCode rocks me every day, man. It's crazy. Who you want me to raid, Steven? Who's that, man? I gotta check who that is. Where you see that person, man? Alright, here we go. This who you want me to raid? Drugs. Alright. Steven Sagiball is leading the raid. Raid director. Here we go. Anyways. Oh dang, I probably have to leave that open. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'll be back on Wednesday. X-Proof, what's happened? How come you're doing LeetCode? It's the one thing I've always done since I started streaming 5 years ago. That fraction problem, I think you could have done pretty quickly. I think I know the problem. I think it's like a DFS or something, but I just don't like fractions. Anyways, Pixel Pusher, adios amigo, Q Ultima, Steven Sagiball. See you later, alligators. No, don't be saying nothing like that, man. X-Proof, see you later. Panda Poopums, thank you very much for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time, Wednesday night. Rusty Hots, thank you very much. Adios, amigo. Everybody from YouTube. Ram Edits and Hepta and everybody else from YouTube. Have a good night. Thank you very much for tuning in. Brian Hernandez, Solo Sword. See you later. Goodbye, everybody. I'm gonna go play Pal World. I'm not gonna lie.